Alright, folks, this is going to be a good topic. No, friends, I'm not going to go in depth in scripture to describe these two creatures. Everything you need to know is found in Job chapter 40. As we know, Behemoth and Leviathan are rather unique when it comes to ancient history and what they tell us. The media allows all sorts of explanations for what the Behemoth and Leviathan actually were, all except one. And to make it painfully clear, these two creatures are not made up, they're not mashups. And two, these were creatures that existed at some point during ancient history. So the question isn't if these two were actually animals, but what animals were they? The behemoth was just an elephant or hippopotamus. Perhaps they used two different animals to make a different creature. Leviathan was a crocodile, with a bit of exaggeration from fire-breathing dragon myths. That's what they say. I said that I'm capable of understanding other people's perspectives, but this is an absolutely disgusting lie. How do I know this? Because they're described separately as separate creatures, and the media, this theory completely ignores it. So no, they're clearly portrayed as separate animals, and the only two animals that match them are the following. So yes, the only animal that can truly explain away the behemoth was a sauropod. Why do they refuse this? Well, quite simply, it goes against everything about our own theories about sauropods and how we believe they live. Now, going back to Behemoth, unlike the others, this particular one evolved to be much more powerful than the others in its territories, and perhaps among its species. You know the claim that says sauropods would be crushed by the water pressure if they tried to submerge themselves? Well, that observes observation, not some speculative guess. But that's where it ends, and for some reason people bought into it. But anyways, Behemoth would have evolved very tough skin, bones, and muscles to fight against the water pressure. It's reasonable enough that this specific sauropod evolved these characteristics to the point of even being able to walk through water, just like in the older renditions. The Leviathan is really no different than any other sea serpent. I like to imagine it as a plesiosaur-like creature, but evolved characteristics such as fire-breathing, bioluminescent eyes, very tough skin, dorsal plates, and limb attachments that allowed him to traverse on dry land. Lastly, the fiery flying serpent mentioned in Isaiah. Oh, we're gonna go there alright. Fact is, there are other possible explanations for this creature, but for the sake of argument, let's suppose that this was an actual animal, not a mashup of animals and myths. So which would be the best candidate? Pterosaurs? No. Otherwise, words like four-legged fowl or even bats would describe pterosaurs way better than flying serpents. However, if I were to say this flying serpent was either a bioluminescent fire-breathing wyvern or amphibian, that would be a more accurate description, but mainstream scientists would lose their mind. With all this said, these creatures were not invincible. They eventually died out, but they were the most unique of all the animals that lived on Earth. Now, the media is going to refuse this explanation because it means rewriting their own ideas and theories about dinosaurs. Mainstream scientists are either that lazy or they're that arrogant, just for simple rewriting. And if they're unable to do that, how can they be a scientist?